Well, Sheriff, just we heard a little discussion about this. What do they call it? Body cameras?
Yeah, there's different brand names, but they're basically a body camera. It's a small camera that's worn on the officer's person, and departments around the country are starting to look at those to document interaction between the police and citizens, and to document exactly what occurred.
And why are you kind of considering something? That this might be a good thing for your department to have?
Well, I think a lot of times there's a misperception about what exactly the conversation was when our officers interact with people, and sometimes we get complaints. If there was a body camera, we would know exactly what was said and exactly what occurred, and I think it would eliminate a lot of the complaints that are lodged against our officers, and I think would help the people understand what exactly did occur during the interaction.
Sure. And is this a I know there's a lot of events going on in the place around the world, around the country, with officers involving shooting and stuff like that, and violence. Is that? Do you think in some of these cases this is maybe prompting why this is a good idea to have these things?
Well, I think it is. It's prompted by some of the incidents that occurred, specifically in Missouri, where there was the officer-involved shooting, where there's really differing versions of what occurred. With a camera like that available, certainly that would take some of the confusion away from what exactly happened, and I think that's probably what the trend is toward in law enforcement.
And with you guys, obviously, what would it require for you to get these cameras onto your?
Well, we're looking at some cameras that are pretty expensive at this point. They're about $800 a piece. And as this trend continues, I think the prices will go down as more and more cameras are sold. And the other side of it is we'll let other departments evaluate these cameras to see which ones work the best and which ones, quite frankly, don't work very well at all, so we don't make an investment in something that isn't top of the line. That's one of our concerns. Whenever we see new equipment in police business, we want to make sure that the equipment's functioning properly. So quite honestly, a lot of times we use other departments who are using that equipment and use them for references to determine whether or not it's something we're interested in.
Right. And conceivably, when would you like to get these on?
Well, they're not a new item. They've been in the market for several years, but basically these were purchased by individual officers. If we were going to go with a departmental option, we would probably want to get something that links up with our video system in our cars, so that there would be a transition from the officer's video in the car to then the officer's personal video. And those systems are in the works, and they're pretty expensive. So it's in the infancy stages. It's not something that we're going to see, I wouldn't guess, within the next year or two, but this is, I think, the way law enforcement's going to go.
Right. And right now you do have them in the vehicles.
We do have video in our patrol cars, yes.
In your patrol. And how have those helped? Have those helped in any?
Well, they've been a great assistance to us, recording field sobriety maneuvers, recording audio from the vehicle that we're stopping. All of those things are critical to, especially like a DUI case. Mm-hmm. If we can record video and sound from a stop and see that the person's speech is slurred and what they're saying to the officer, it eliminates a lot of the questions. So when the jury has to evaluate what just occurred, it's not just the word of the officer versus the offender. It's the video evidence that's usually undisputable.
Right, and so this and the difference in this case is the officers would wear it like somewhere on their person somehow.
Yeah, it's usually on the front of the person. A lot of our officers wear tactical vests. The camera would be on the front of their vest or the front of their uniform. We did have an officer wearing one of his own privately purchased camera when we actually had a homicide occur, and so the jury was able to see what that officer saw when he responded to the scene of the homicide, and I think it played a critical role in the decision and really let the jury know what an officer encounters when he arrives at a scene like that.
Wow. What homicide case was that?
This was last summer. There was a homicide last summer here. So he was able to show them the video that basically not only the video and the sound from the scene. So while it was probably alarming to people to watch, it is a real life reflection of what an officer encounters when he arrives at a scene like that.
And do you think that the whole idea of these things, do you get, I mean, I assume officers, sometimes your officers get complaints when they confront the citizen or something?
Oh yeah, we have we don't have a lot of complaints about our officers and their interactions with citizens, but we do have some. And a lot of times it's not necessarily what the officer said or did, it's what the person perceived the officer was doing versus what the officer's perception of the encounter was. And those things can be cleared up, especially if you have a video and you can look and see what exactly was said and done, rather than relying on differing versions of what happened.
Right. Cool. And estimated costs. I mean, I know right now it's $800.
Well, right now we're looking at almost $800 a piece. Obviously, those are going to come down. We're certainly not in a position where we could buy those at this point.
How many officers, or how many would you purchase?
We have 51 sworn officers, and most likely each officer would have to have their own. I can't really envision a situation where they're trading back and forth, because I think it just creates too much of a logistical situation. But so they're expensive. It's not something we're going to do in the near future, but it is something we're looking at, and we'll evaluate as other departments put them out onto the street and see what kind of feedback they provide.